Hi everyone and welcome to my channel again. So if you watched the previous video, I was showing you how I put this card together and how I sort of clustered the flowers, etc. on the card. And what I didn't do was show you the next step. So my next step would be to start adding my glitters, my pearls, or anything else that I need for this card. So I said, okay, I will do this in the second part. So this is the second part. However, I have looked at the card and I've taken photos of it as it is. And it's like, does it actually really need anything? Okay, it probably doesn't. And I am quite happy just to walk away and leave this card. But I promised you a video on how I finish off my cards. So this doesn't actually have to be particular. This card, this goes for any of your card making. You can make a card, and then if you want to make it into a bit of a more of a wow card, you can start doing that I've doing now. So basically, I've got loads of different bits here. I've got some tiny little tiny pearls. I've also got some rock glitters. So these are some glitter rocks. I will put links in the description if you like the look of these. There's some gold ones here as well. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to put on it or if I'm going to use it all. I've got some little sequins there. I've got some larger pearls. I think these might be the wrong colour, but I might add the odd one. And I've also got some gold pearls here as well. Not quite sure where I actually got those from. I've got some pearls on string. Now normally I would add these before I finish off a card, okay, so before I actually put the flowers down, but because I wanted to do it in a separate video, I haven't done, but I will add them on this one. They're definitely going on, okay. And then I've also got some of these pearls on a string that I've got, and these come on a huge roll, okay. Now if you don't want the huge roll, I am thinking I might be doing on my website some smaller batches of embellishments, but they will be coming at a later date, but I will keep you all informed on that. So let's get this going, okay, because I'm going like I've never gone before, right? Okay, on this one. So do keep watching to the end because this might be a complete disaster. So I'm using some gilding liquid here. Now I have got a rose here. Now this was one of the roses that I used in the cards that I've made for my online class. Again, if you are interested in doing an online class, I will put the link in the description to my website. I've only actually got 2 uploaded on there so far, but I have got lots more planned. So they're a bit like what we do on the YouTube videos, but they go in completely more depth into the colouring and so forth of all your card making, scrapbooking, your mixed media, your mini album making, everything. Okay, so let's get this started. So I want to add a little bit of gold, okay? Might be a complete disaster. Now I am going to take some kitchen paper and just put my gold on there because I don't want to ruin my display. I've got a tiny brush. I'm just going to give it a mix. So this is off camera. So I'm just putting a little bit on here so I'm not actually going from the pot. Okay, so let me just put my pot over there out of the way so I do not. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of that off because I want it kind of dry. So I am actually going to lift this up and just show you how I'm doing it. So I'm taking, so there's my paint on, it's just a little bit of acetate. I don't want too much. I just want to put a little tiny bit on some of my roses, just around the petals. If I go wrong, it doesn't matter because if I put a bit too much on, because I am actually going to add some more bits of stuff. So can you see, I'm just tickling it basically with the paintbrush on some of the tips of those petals. It's gone a little bit off there, so we'll add a bit more. You can add it a thicker line if you want to, but it's just going to kind of give it a bit more of a vintage look. So I'm kind of not sure whether I'm actually going to go for a sort of like a shabby chicy look on this. Kind of like the idea of that, but we'll go with it and see what it ends up with. Okay, so just taking a little bit of that one onto this rose here, like that. Take a bit more. So sometimes less is more. Okay, so just remember that. Don't go over the top with it. So I'm not doing every single petal, just adding little bits, maybe more in the centres where the rose buds are. Got these rose buds here, so I'm doing the same there, just adding a little tiny bit. So what I'm actually using, this is a gilding liquid. You could use some gilding wax. I don't have any gilding wax and I wasn't sure where I was going to go with it, so I didn't do it before I put the card together. Gilding wax might be a little bit difficult to do it once you've got the card on. So I'm actually just going over some of them, just add, can you see? Well, I'm just picking a little bit of that gilding on there, that liquid, just tiny bit, even on some of the leaves now. I'm just going around and just adding, moving that around the camera. I do hope you can see. Can you see what I'm doing? Just tickling it a little bit on some of the leaves that we've got on there, some of those rose leaves. Okay, do I add a little? Yes, let's just add a little bit, tickling a little bit on some of the little tiny blossoms that I've made out of the hollyhock flowers. Everything that I'm using and everything that is on the card, I will list in the description. It'll be either in the description of this one. The actual dies and everything that I've used will be in the previous video. But if you just want to watch how you do it, I might actually put it on both videos. So you've got it. You might just want to watch this one. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. It's just kind of just picked up. I do hope the camera can see. You can just pick up a little bit of that. If it isn't picking it up when I rewatch the video and I'm kind of not happy that you can't see it, I will be putting some pictures on my social media pages. So you can find me at Nikki Craft Designs. You can follow me in my group, Nikki and Friends Crafting with Heartfelt and More, or Nikki Craft Designs on Instagram. But you can find me on there. So I said I wasn't going to do too much, and I'm actually quite liking it. So I'm just going over there. I like the vintage kind of look that it's giving those roses. Really liking that. I'm actually going in quite, it looks quite messy, but it isn't. I'm really happy with that. Right, now I need to step away. Learn to step away. Then I'm going to just pick some of that gold up, and I'm going to add a little bit of touch to the stamens in those little blossoms, just a tiny bit. It's just the little finishing touches to a card, makes all the difference. Right, so now I'm stepping away with that one for a moment. So let's put that out of the way, that down, and I'm just going to clean my brush. Okay, so that is adding that gilding liquid. Okay, we are going to possibly be bringing that gilding liquid out in a bit. Then I want to add a few pearls to the actual roses. So with this one, in actual fact, no, we'll step that one away for a minute because I don't want to go and do that before I put the, so I'm going to open that up. I want to put a string of pearls down here. So this can be seen from the front of the card. I'm just making sure I can get in my glue. Just dries up so much under my lights. So we'll just put that there. This is the first time you've watched my channel and you're wondering who I am. I am Nikki, and I'm known around the craft industry as Nikki Craft Designs, or just Nikki Craft basically. And I predominantly work on Create and Craft TV, doing demonstrations for lots of different companies and brands, Heartfelt Creations being the main one, but I am freelance, so I've worked for many companies in the past. I won't go through them again because I think I mentioned them in a lot of my other videos. But yes, so I've worked with lots of different brands. So you will see me using lots of different brands on my YouTube channel. Now, normally I would do this before I put the card together. But as I say, I wasn't sure where I was going with it. So what I'm going to do is add bits to it. So I'm going to add that there so that I get a strip down this side. So just lift that leaf up. So yeah, you would want to do this, plan it sort of like a head. Don't do what I've done. And then I'm going under that one to add another strip. Now I do want that to go a little bit tacky anyway. So I've got time to work out how many pearls will go down there. So that's my pearls done. So I'll go in with this bit first. I can trim these up because that's not going to go all the way up there because there's a flower in the way. So we will just trim that there. Make sure that's straight. I'll go there. And then I can go in a little bit further down here with this one. As I say, I normally would do this first before I put the flowers on. I wasn't 100% sure what sort of look I was going to go for on it. There we go. So that's my pearls done. Now I can stop there because it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Okay, but I don't want to stop there because I've decided this is going to be a wow card. So then I'm going to go with some clear stickles because it is a glue and stickles all in one. So this one's unicorn, so it's got various different colours, but I can see the predominant colour in there is gold. So what I'm going to do is use that for my glue to put some pearls on. So I'm just going to randomly, I don't want to put too many on, just add those glue dots. Then I'm going to come in with those, they are a pale pink, but I think they're going to work. So I'm using a little pick-me-uppy tool. I can't remember what make this was, but if I remember, I will put a link in the description. If I don't, just remind me, leave a comment, and I will do that. So because I'm using the clear, it doesn't matter if I put a bit too much on because it's just going to add a little bit of glitter when that dries. Okay, so I will show you close up when I've done. So a few more on here, just on the inside petals, just randomly put them. This is just all your finishing touches. You can do this with any flower, it doesn't have to be just roses. Okay, so if I just lift this up, you can see what I'm doing. And so they kind of get lost in that glitter, but that glitter is going to dry and you will see that little pearl. These little pearls I did get from Amazon, so I will again list these in the description. And one in the middle there. So I'm not going over the top with a bit of, it's going to have a bit of everything on it. A bit there. So I'll just pop that there. And then I'll do this rose here while we've got this up here. So just, as I say, randomly just, I don't want to put too many. I keep saying that and then I will. So that one, picked up too many there, so I'll put that on the back of my hand there, and then pick them up off the back of my hand. That one, where did I put some there? And I'm hoping I've got some on that middle bit. Did I put some on there? Hang on. Just in case I didn't. Oh, it's fell in there. So we'll get another one. Just Just wanted to sit on the tip there. I'm liking that. Might put another one just here. So this is something you could do if it was like a wow card, like maybe a wedding card or an anniversary card, or maybe just that you like making wow cards. But it is just all those finishing touches. I am actually going to, let me just take a bit of that glitter off, add another one there. Right, and then a couple on the buds. Just that. I hope I'm not getting it too close to the camera, but I want you to see what I'm actually doing. There was a wet bit there because I did put some on there and I don't know where it's gone. No, that's dropped. There we go. And then this one there and there. Right. Oh, and that one, missed that one there. Can you see how it's kind of just building it up? I want a little bit. If you're wondering why I'm talking funny sometimes, it's because my little picky up tool I'm just holding in my mouth. Also put, rather than put it down. Okay, quite liking that. Might just put one more there, but I tell you what, we're going to step away from them. I'm going to do exactly the same process with the glitter, but we'll just add some of those glitter rocks on different petals. Okay, so I'm just going to go round because it will be quicker if I just add them. That's it. Add a little bit there. So we're going to come in, oops, with the rocks that I've just spilt everywhere, but that's fine because I could actually just pick those up. So there. I call them glitter rocks. I can't quite remember what they actually do call them. Where did I put my glue? There. Got all different sizes. I actually brought these for my resin work that I do, because I do work with resin as well. Maybe I might start up another YouTube video channel and do some videos with my resin. Not sure. Just so busy at the moment, but it will all come together. But yeah, can you see them? Right, so I'm also going to add just a few little drops here. I like to work in threes, so we'll put a few of these little rocks there. That one doesn't want to come off. Typical. There we go. Just picking some of them random ones up that I dropped on my desk. Just popping them, showing you closer to the camera. Oops, trying not to move it. Oh my goodness, that's already coming on. Then I'm going to do just a couple of random, well, I say couple, I'm going to put 3, one there and one there, of those tiny pearls. Let me just sweep those to one side and I can clear that up in a little bit. Bring that back. As I say, the things that I showed you, they were just like ideas that I'd got, and I wasn't sure if I'm going to use them all or not. Still don't know, but that one's upside down, so I just want to pop that one the right way around. Quite happy with that. Then what I want to do is add some of these pearls that I've got. Always kind of do this towards the end. I'm not sure where I'm going with it. So I'm just going to add some glue to that first one, and I'm going to hide that sort of like under there so you can't actually see where I started it. Okay, and then we're just going to bring that round. I'll loop it underneath some of those rose petals. Sometimes you might need a bit of glue to hold it if that's where you want to put it. I don't want to put too many, so I'm actually going to stop there. I think I'm actually out of the camera shot there, so let me just bring that down. So just add some glue here. I can add a little bit more if I need to. That was quite a lot of glue and that's just burnt me, but let me just finish that there on that leaf there. There we go. And then I can wrap that under there. Might just add a little tiny bit of glue there, and that's where that one will go there. So I kind of think that's enough on that one. So then I just need to add a few here, so on this one. So just bring that. So we'll start there, because this is only a small cluster. I don't want to put too much on it. It needs some on. Just maybe, where are we going with it? Well, that's it. Sort of, sometimes it just falls into place and you think, yeah, I like that. So that's just going to have a small piece there. We'll end that there. And then I will just hold that and bring my glue gun in. I don't like using my glue gun over my project just in case it drips. But on this occasion, we'll just pop my finger on that to hold that. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, so it's kind of gone from a pretty card to a bit more of a wow card. Then I am going to just take some, now I haven't got a lot of this left, it's platinum stickles, and just add just a little bit around my card. So just make sure it's coming out. There we go. Just around the edge. It doesn't matter how thick, I'm just sort of like stroking it on. There isn't actually a lot in here, but it's kind of giving it that shabby sort of cheeky look that I'm actually going for. Okay, so a bit more of a subtle gold this is. It's not kind of like a harsh gold. Just go under there a little bit. Gentle there, because that's where those pearls were. And then I can neaten it up a little bit if I want to. There we go. I don't know whether I was in shot there, because I'm trying to see it and eye it up. So this bit here, so I don't mind if it's not, it goes a little bit thicker in places, because I kind of just want to shabby it up a little bit. And I'm just going to pick a few bits out on these bits around the edges, and then down here. To bring that down, and then we will go, I perhaps will go all the way around the edge of the inside of the card, but I'll do that off camera. I just want to do down this edge so that you can actually see what it's looking like. I would also be doing a video on making these butterflies with your vellums and your foils, so do like and subscribe so that you can get your notifications on when I've uploaded another video. Now I'm also going to do the same here, because I kind of think this looks a bit plain. Just go in there a little bit. As I say, sometimes I tend to do this bit before I actually finish a card. All depends, but I don't always know where I'm going to go with a card anyway, so just kind of go with it. You can always add that. Loving it, absolutely loving it. Just a little bit round this oval of that sentiment. It just needs a little bit around there. And I'm really happy with this. But I am going to do something that I might, so do watch to the end. Don't stop, because you're probably going to start shouting at the camera, no, Nikki, don't do it. Please, please do not do it. But I am going to give it a go. Okay, right, I'm going to move all these bits. I'm not going to put these on. Do you know what? I might put a few. Let's just come in with that glitter glue again. I don't know. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. So I'm just going to randomly, hang on, my glue doesn't want to come out. That's actually the different one. Where's the one which got the gold? Oh, there it is, the unicorn. Didn't want it and had more blues in it. Right, so I'm actually going to just put some random glitter bits on. If I don't add these on, it doesn't matter if I miss bits, but I've got the glitter there on if I want it. Some of them. So I'm just going to stick with the actual floral kind of clusters at the moment. I might go further on the card, but I am actually just going to pick some, and now I can't remember where I've added the glitter now. Oh, where's the glitter gone? There we go, one there. Just a few sequins. These are some Dress My Craft sequins, so they come, if you look at those, in sort of different sizes. So I'm putting just stars in here as well. There's various different colours in there. That's a star that I've just picked up. That one can have a circle on. There's just a few. This one's a bigger one, so where should we put that? Oh, there we go. Let's put that on that leaf up there. Little star again. Some of them are pink, some of them are clear. There's a little space. There's one. Let's put you there, I think. And there's a pink one. No, I don't want that pink one. Don't want you. You can go over there. You know, sometimes you know what you want and you know what you don't want. And that I did not want. There we go. Oh, I might add a couple to this one down here. Not really sure on the stars, but it's picking a few up, so it's not going to hurt, is it? One more. I think that was all there. There we go. Just added a few. That one that dries, you will see that one. Did I have any more? There, I might just put one on this leaf, just at the end there. Now I'm faffing. Sometimes I do faff when I'm finishing off a card, but sometimes it's worth spending that bit of time faffing, because sometimes it's those finishing touches that make it into a wow card. Right, so I'm just going to show you how far we've got. Okay, so when all that glitter dries, you will still get little bits of glitter showing through where I put all those pearls and bits on there. I'm loving that. I'm going to put a sequin on this one because that looked a bit lonely. Just a little round sequin. And then this could be a big disaster, okay? But bear with me. Okay, so just pop all those down. Move everything out of the way. So I've got my little pots that I don't need anymore. And then I'm just going to make sure everything is put out of the way. I'm not worried too much if it gets on the table, but I am, but not too much. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm coming in with my gilding liquid. Okay, coming in with my small brush and just going to give it a nice mix. And then I'm just going to give it a little tap. So I'm just going to get a little bit of gilding wax. It's not gilding wax, it's I want a bit more on that rose there. It's gilding liquid. So basically all over my card. And then you just have to know when to step away. Just need a little bit on that rose there. There we go. And then that is it. Okay, right. So I'm quickly just going to move that off camera just for a second whilst I just wipe down where that has just hit. Didn't hit many places, but just wanted to get that off quickly off my immediate area. So yeah, if you're going to do that, you need to make sure that you have something at hand to wipe. So I'm going to bring my card back, and I'm really happy with that. There we go. And that is how you make a pretty card into a wow card. Just give that, as I say, there will be some close-up pictures on my social media. Just have a look at those roses. Okay, right, well, thank you so much for joining me for this second part of that video, and that actually went on longer. It was only going to be like a 10-minute video, but I don't do things by halves, do I? But thank you so much for joining me on this video, and I will be back on the next video, which is going to be in the next few days, is going to be how to create these fantastic roses. So as I say, do like and subscribe, and I will be back soon. Thank you so much for watching.